Um, so yeah, I'm going to read some poems from this anthology more or less at random. If you guys have it and have any requests, just shout them out. Otherwise, and thank you to Ilya and Katie and Megan and Jenny for making us feel so welcome, and it's a pleasure and honor to be reading with Alissa. This is called Distance from Loved Ones, and it's by James Tate. And the poet Bernd Sauermann chose this poem for the anthology. After her husband died, Zita decided to get the facelift she had always wanted. Halfway through the operation, her blood pressure started to drop, and they had to stop. When Zita tried to fasten her seatbelt for her sad drive home, she threw out her shoulder. Back at the hospital, the doctor examined her and found cancer run rampant throughout her shoulder and arm and elsewhere. Radiation followed. And now, Zita just sits there in her beauty parlor, bald, crying and crying. My mother tells me this on the phone, and I say, "Mother, who is Zita?" My mother says, "I am Zita. All my life I have been Zita, bald and crying. And you, my son, who should have known me best, thought I was nothing but your mother. But mother, I say, I am dying." There's a Dominic in the title of this poem, and it's not me. It's, we did choose this for the anthology, but it really is just a coincidence that there's a Dominic in the title. This is by Michael Ndagi. Excuse me. It's called "Driving with Dominic in the Southern Province. We see hints of the circus." The tattered Hungarian tent. A man washing a trumpet at a roadside tap. Children in the leaves, one falling into the grip of another. This first poem is called "Oil and Beeswax on Canvas," and it's about, it's based on a poem by the painter Bryce Marden. I don't know if any of you are familiar with him. He's an contemporary abstract painter. I came across this painting at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art and really fell in love with it. And so I wrote a poem about it. From a distance, the painting is flat gray. You really have to get up close, and you can see the texture of the painting, and it really, if you spend enough time in it, it really starts to slowly come alive. But at a distance, it's flat gray, and so you'll see tourists wandering by, laughing at the painting. But I really fell in love with it for some reason, and so I spent a lot of time. There's a mention of a security guard in the poem, and the poem's about the experience of watching this painting and how the painting comes alive. But yeah, anyway, I would spend hours in front of the painting taking notes, and got to know some of the security guards in the museum who at first kind of were suspicious of me and then just kind of let me alone. And there was one in particular who, this older gentleman who would go off into the corner and start practicing Tai Chi as I was taking notes. And it was wonderful. So it's called "Oil and Beeswax on Canvas," and that's what the painting is made out of. It comes with a epigraph from Bryce Marden. The epigraph is, "I make a very slow painting." A purplish gray surface, a plain image, open and bare, almost unnoticeable, anonymous. It's pouring somewhere. The security guard shifts back and forth. This painting is absorbed in reflection. Curious, confused, weary, elated. This painting is a paralegal, an optician, a cranberry farmer just passing through. This painting is a prostitute, a mathematician from Toulouse, C'est est un peinture. Shadowy, a theology of doubt, slow violet glow with flashes of pink, lemon flashes. This painting rises, rotates slowly, then sinks back into itself, oil and beeswax on canvas. Each morning you are pulled from the lake. Each evening you gallop into the unknown. This painting blinks, blinks, neurons firing. Keep not thy mind upon one place alone. This painting stares into the mirror of its childhood. Fireflies, a wide open field, a late game of hide and seek, pigtails furiously pedaling the air. It's odd how people change. The city is loud and clear. This painting drifts off somewhere, a cove, a ragged fringe of beach, a weathered dock extending outward, fishermen beginning their sleepy, accustomed embrace of the sea, a damp dog's tail slapping slow shadows across the boardwalk. This painting ebbs and flows. This painting is wave churn, sky hum. This painting went whale watching one windy Saturday morning years ago. This painting feels the earth tug lovingly from below. Every theory is wrong. Leap, growl, flutter, study, sing, worship, shiver. No, every theory is true. Someday you will fly away from this city. Then absolute silence and waves crashing. This is called The Nightmares, and I wrote it basically as it is after a dream I had. Woke up and wrote it down. The Nightmares. Then night after night with dreams populated with men dying, being washed out to sea, being shot over and over, all over, passively, expressionless. And each day it rains, and the the community grows nervous. Clutching ourselves, we speak quietly of preparedness. The rains will end. The torment of losing, of being lost time and again will itself subside, will give way to some or other preoccupation, some or other focus of our attention's gaze. The content is sentimental as a lover's gaze. The rains will end to begin again, and tonight it rains. There can be no arguing now with storm-whipped trees sagging and wounded, or the furtive, half-scared glances of your closest neighbor. Yet we remain in it together, as if out of high dictum, so that when the sycamore finally crashes down through Mackenzie's kitchen roof, and there may or may not be some certain thing of awesome local importance, you go running without thought of fear or love into that cold waking night, calling out, "Help me, please, it is time."